decide to go and do, he said he'll come meet us. And if we do it in England, he'll take the time off and go with us. You know, he's just one with us, man. That's what makes it so wonderful. He's ready to. He's just.
He
Well.
caught the fever even.
How's that?
Caught the fever even in England.
Well, I
Because he
think.
got inspiration.
I think it surprised me because. You know, he came back. I think I can't use the word to describe it because Dave is just a solid person, and he's just one of those kind of people who knows what he wants to do, and pretty much has done it. But he, you know, he just was really focused on his art this time, and we really got him that last little sketch I did with him of that window, and I gave him the DVD to do it. Now I'm gonna come back over here with my red and that blue. I'm gonna get a little bit of that gray along here now. So I could be, that's got a little more red in it, but so what? No,
That's
we're
right.
not gonna worry about that.
Varieties to spice it up.
See me worrying?
That's right, Joe.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate it. The last
Just drink some more coffee
thing you need is anybody
Just
worrying.
get a little bit more coffee.
Cough
so I'm
medicine.
worried. I'm not even driving tonight, man. I ain't had a lot of coffee.
There you go.
That's right. Put Sarah in her new cough.
Okay, now we're gonna just.
Very pretty.
Well, he's.
Boy, that female must drive
That's-
him absolutely
Yeah.
nuts.
But no, but I tell you, he's always been a real even type of guy. He's a
Well,
real,
it's fortunate.
real
because
executive
if-
material,
if
man.
he wasn't, they'd try,
Yeah.
he would go nuts.
He sure would. No, but he told me he wasn't gonna go, you know, but I knew you can't, at this point, you can't, you know, and things are, you know, I think things are gonna be okay for us here in Louisiana. I think we're fixing to see some rough roads, you know, and whoever's got what they have better hold on to it, because, you know, periodically you just get that. We're fixing, you know, to just, I think, see some changes that related to everything, some corrections or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they got to happen.
I'm not gonna stay up nights worrying
Man, that's
It's
right.
gonna be what it's gonna be, whether we're
It's
thinking
gotta
about
try
it or
it's
not,
gonna-
huh?
What it is, it is.
Okay.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Just get some good sleep and be ready to deal with it.
As long as people got to cook, they gotta have spoons.
That's right. Love it, huh? Mine is.
I thought about you this morning when I was
You cooking? Did you get a spoon?
spoon. But I couldn't get the onion off my spoon.
You have to use,
I had to like scrub.
yeah, I know, I had to scrape. Eggs stick to it.
I think I need to oil my spoon.
Yeah, and sand it down.
Okay, they were really dark here to make this pop out.
What's that?
Oh, the side of that.
Yeah, I was overlooking
Oh,
that,
middle.
Joe. I think I need a.
Well, because your value of this and this is pretty close to the same thing in there, but here it's a lot different,
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
which makes that thing really pump out.
Here's Sarah.
Jerry will come around sitting.
I'm coming around there.
What's happening? Sarah, you want the chair right here?
By the coffee pot.
I appreciate you bringing those cookies. Well, thank Joanne.
Yeah. Mine
You have
okay.
cookies?
We do.
We had cookies back then.
You ate them all?
Oh, they were good.
You did not.
I think it's.
I think there's two.
Maybe we'll come have a glass of wine with us, but you have to go.
Oh, cough medicine.
I love that.
Oh, that's
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh,
You're very calm,
I'm
man.
glad you're driving tonight.
I appreciate it.
I have a little glass
Got
extra,
some cough syrup?
extra sauce, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, look at there. That did pop it out.
That did.
Very good.
It's so nice.
Aren't they good?
That
That's what you missed at,
orange and blue.
at the, up at the
Now, you know what?
Saturday.
I think they have 3 kinds or
Oh,
something.
gee, look at that.
That's nice.
We get a couple more little. Oh man, it's early. I'm gonna get a couple more little areas in
Because this
here.
one's gonna pop out over here because of this dark building.
Oh, it's already there. That's exactly right. And I would just kind of hit a little bit of this, and just to break this up a little bit more. I don't want to. I can always come back and do more later. And
I have a picture I can do. The New Orleans dog laying down with the Mardi Gras beads on the bike.
Oh, yeah.
From our trip that we went on Long time ago. I'm already halfway done. It's small, does it matter?
No,
It's
because I'm
like
gonna make
this
a print
big.
of it, no.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not quite finished with
No,
it
see,
yet.
I'm gonna make a print, and we'll finish it, because Cherie, what they're wanting,
Oh, yeah.
you saw the one that Gail's gonna
Mhm.
bring with the,
Mhm.
and they want Mardi Gras, they want plantation homes.
Okay.
She's so excited about it, and I'm gonna really have fun with them, because as I get
Good.
as I get a couple in at a time, however they come in, I'm gonna take the
I
pictures.
must have missed out on that. What is, what are we
This
doing?
is the thing we're doing for new, oh, you won't miss out, don't worry. We
Okay,
don't,
'cause if you,
We've got 5 or
'cause
6.
I'm-
you need
Yes,
something,
give us the whole
I'm
schedule.
shifting
wow.
into my ministerial
she
role
missed it.
now.
ministerial,
And
okay.
I'm gonna lift an offering over this school here for the
Okay.
cancer thing.
Well, whatever you need, you tell me.
He's
That's
That's right.
I didn't.
You're gonna get
So
divine
they
on us.
used to call it in the country over.
Okay, we need a
Over in Huntsville,
plantation
man,
home with Mardi Gras beads hanging.
No, and our New Orleans. Joe, you got more stuff?
Okay.
Oh, you got the man with
And
the
the only
glasses.
thing y'all need to donate, Steve said they're gonna give us even a bigger discount. But let's say average, if you don't mind, donate $50. I'm gonna take the picture and I'll make the print. You keep your original.
Oh,
And then that's all it costs, $50 to frame it.
oh.
And they said they're gonna give us a break further, because
Well,
they
I
wanna
could
make
take
that.
I could take the guy with the glasses.
With the
and make
glasses.
You
a
could
print
take
Absolutely.
anyone
make
you
a
got,
print
Joe.
And give it to
And
him.
what I'm gonna try to do is, like some people that maybe don't feel like they can ready to do one, I'm gonna try to lift them, I'm gonna try to convince them
Yeah,
that they,
Oh, we'll get
that we're
something.
gonna,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm gonna try to get the people that don't participate, give them an opportunity by buying a frame. And then
Oh,
you
there
can
you
give
well,
to
go.
that
them.
would be good, and I'll
Yeah.
put another one in.
Exactly.
Man,
You
I
could do
got
the
it.
man.
And I appreciate it, because I
Money,
committed
the-
myself to it, and I
Yeah,
sure
that's
hate to have to go through all that expense by myself.
Oh,
But if I have to, I'll do it.
No,
And what are they
you
gonna
won't
do
have
with
it.
them?
You
Well,
know,
let me just tell y'all, it's for the American Cancer Society, they have 22 lodges in America. And these lodges are for people, like, I don't know if y'all remember, but I belonged to a group, I worked with a group that after this fella's daughter died with leukemia, she was like a legendary person in the Mandeville area. She went from 16 years old when they diagnosed her till she was 32, and she died. And it was like people started coming out of the walls, coming to see the mother and father. I did her portrait, and I wouldn't do it because she had not been dead very long, and they convinced me. I went to see him at a house. He begged me, and he told me that, he said, look, man, we've been preparing for this since she was 16 years old. So it's not a shock, but we just want, and bless their hearts, they wanted a picture over the kitchen, over the table where they all were gonna have Thanksgiving dinner. And they wanted to sit there. And I went over, and I just fell in love with the couple. And they convinced me to do it. It's the best thing I ever did in my life. It's a portrait. But anyhow, they get so many people in Mandeville come to them and said they thought so much of her daughter that they wanted to set up a fund, and they wanted to start having have an auction, and then have like a golf classic thing, And I think the first couple of years, even with the hurricane, they raised about $100,000 a year.
Wow.
And what they did is they took it, and anybody that had a person in their family, so that the people in South Louisiana can get free cancer treatment.
That's awesome.
But a lot of these poor people couldn't get afford the hotels or afford to bring them. There was no way to get them down there. So what we did is we set it up, and where any family that couldn't do it, we'd go pick them up, put them in a hotel, keep them there, and let them come get their cancer treatment. And they were just adding people like crazy to, and it was the only thing going to. Other than that, people didn't have anything. So that I hadn't heard from them since the hurricane, and I have a feeling it might have disbanded. So when this came along through one of my students, I had a little boy that his grandmother drove all the way from Mandeville to bring him to art every week. After the hurricane, when the son had a business, and they just were struggling to get
Mario,
back.
we're getting to the top of your head of the page.
Okay, thank you. I gotta work on it. How's about that?
No, you're wrong.
Probably work
No,
like that.
yeah.
Is that out of the picture?
Yeah, you need to pull
No,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
you gotta come the other way.
There you go, the long arm, Casso.
No, I gotta figure how to do that manual, cause I got a lot of that, and
There you go.
they made a beanie hat for me one time, and,
Well,
and the beanie hat wore out. It was a little red cap that fit over with a propeller on the top of it.
So we wouldn't.
he heard those voices, and the voices made the propeller spin.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's all the divine
wore it out.
inspiration.
Yeah, y'all
Wore the
need
brains out, yeah.
Y'all need
Right,
to tell
run
me
the
when
berry.
I'm doing that. But anyhow, make a long story short, this
Still
this
there.
this lodge, huh?
He's still there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this is crazy.
Pull it. There you go.
Is it in the screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Now you
perfect.
need
It might have just
slide
slowed
the
down.
painting up a little bit.
This
way.
Like
There you
this,
go.
and that's what we want. Thank you.
That's pretty good.
Perfect.
And
There.
and so this thing is where the Cancer Society that built this lodge at the Oshna Hospital, and the purpose of the lodge, I forgot those things on the other side, is that anybody that can't afford it, that can come to get cancer treatment and stay for several days or whatever in the lodge. It's got 30 rooms,
That's-
and everything's paid for by donations. And she said, we want the New Orleans one to be special, because she said, we want Mardi Gras. People come here. New Orleans is so magical. Talk about what we were talking about ago, Emmanuel. That's what's so sad. Because she said, people come here, and the first thing they want to know is, where can I go see this? Can I go see that? You know. And so she said, so they want to do the only one that they want. And what I offered to do after this little boy, he touched me so much. He went to the opening, and his grandmother got 3 prints of the 2-color, 3-color, 4-color. It was the only pictures in the whole building. And this little boy became an instant hero, and he's got things that he's trying to work through right now, and it just absolutely turned his self-esteem 1,000% around. And he told his mother he worked with some of the kids while they were at the opening, and he told his mother, he said, Mother, I want to volunteer. And he's going to go down and teach them some little simple art things at Christmas
Yay.
break, and I'm going to work with him on some supplies and help him with some stuff, and they're going to go down there. So anyhow, it just something that just kept mushrooming, and it touched me so deeply, man. And I knew his mother. I told him, I said, I want you to call your mother. And he got her on the line, and I told her, I said, I want you to find out how many paintings they need, and we're going to fill that hospital up with
Absolutely.
paintings. Like we did at Jackson.
I'm
Yeah.
glad
Same
they have an
Well, we can
opportunity.
do that.
And I think everybody is, So I really haven't said too much about it, because I've just really got all the final word on it. But I'm gonna I just had to have a break, and
Can the prints be of the size we can print here, Larry?
yeah. In
11
other
by
words, it doesn't
17 or
matter
something
what
like that.
yeah, because they're gonna be
Okay.
framed 16 by 20s.
Oh, okay.
See?
Oh, okay.
That's
So it
So
doesn't
this-
matter what size it is. It's gonna
Yeah.
be like the show we had in Jackson.
yeah,
Okay.
No matter what size it is, I'm still gonna
that's gonna be the size.
Make sure they reproduce it. at
they
the front.
reproduce, and
Yeah.
and
But you've got that one of that trumpet player. That's a great one.
oh man, see what I'm gonna do if I can get enough people. I got about 40 of them, and I had already made up my mind, because if I I didn't get any support, which I knew I will. I made up my mind. I'm gonna just either ask people if they want to donate, and I'll contribute the paintings,
Oh, we do.
or
Yeah.
but I know we're gonna have enough,
Oh,
so I'm not even thinking about that. But I'd already made up my mind. I'm gonna do it.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty excited about it. So that's what that is, and I'm sorry I haven't filled y'all in on any more, but it's just been bedlam. Since the 22nd of January, and I'm not complaining, man. I'm glad I had an opportunity to do it. But I've had workshops in 2 months. I've had workshops with almost 100 people.
Wow. That's my goodness.
We
It's
had-
busy.
It's been exciting, man.
We had almost 40 Saturday. Well,
That's exactly right.
839 hamburgers anyway.
Well,
And look, I only ate
well,
one.
Joe, Now, Joe, how do you know
You're
so
not the
much
one
about
that
how many
went
they
back.
ate, Joe? That's what
How
I
many
want
because
to
they
know.
left?
there was
Because Leah
one-
told me they ate 40.
There was one left.
Were you studying that girl? You were
Yeah, I was-
standing there
I
looking
was
at that. You
studying
were
that thing,
studying that
actually.
girl.
We thought you
If
were
you-
down painting
Me and Kenny.
down by the pond.
You and Candy. Don't blame Candy. Sweet Candy. And
That was
Uncle
Kenny.
Kenny.
Candy broke her arm.
During that thing?
No, she broke
Oh,
it.
I'm
Sure
thinking
is.
y'all
She
eating
broke it.
hamburgers.
This,
Oh,
this is
rough.
not a
She
this
broke
is not
it.
a hostile art
She broke it
environment.
Monday.
Monday.
Taking care of my grandson.
Oh.
Tripped over his crutches.
Oh Lord.
She tripped over his crutches.
He takes up a lot of territory. His acreage is quite a bit. He's a pretty good sized guy. And
How?
he has hand crutches which stick out like this. Well, she
Oh,
normally watches her way around, but she missed it Monday.
Oh no.
I bet he was.
You know what?
Okay,
I
well,
bet
not
Nathan
here.
was.
I think I'm gonna leave the ones down here a little bit lighter.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I think that'll
I
look
love
nice.
See, 'cause then look at,
Look
oh,
at
that
that.
is so nice.
Look at that
Oh,
cherry on
wow.
top.
See you guys later.
Keep in touch.
I gotta-
Good night.
We'll get everything worked out.
Oh, yes, keep in touch.
Now down here, I'm gonna just put a few little.
Yeah, some of
I
them.
feel like I gotta get a little bit of this kind of stuff. It's a
Mhm.
little bit too.
Man, that is so nice.
But I love this casual, just having a little cough medicine
Mm.
The compliment.
and just
Oh, I-
always
and
nice.
talking and visiting.
Sure.
We still have to make a copy for me, though.
But anyhow, I'm gonna be letting y'all know when we come back. I'm gonna get Steve and Pam to frame one of them to show people, and it's gonna be a wonderful. And the lady is so overwhelmed,
Oh, I'm sure
and
she's
she
thrilled.
said, I hope that that you can get your students to at least come down here and visit, you know, and see it.
We could have a big time.
Well, what I thought we'd do, I really don't, I hate to have to say it to y'all, but I'm sorry, I just don't feel comfortable taking a group down in the quarter.
Well,
Everybody's
I
been
Oh,
hitting
not
on me about,
anymore.
but I would like to, one Saturday, I'd like us to go down there and eat, and then there's a couple of good restaurants that we know of in the area that we could just go spend a day, see what the place looks like.
Mhm.
And she said she'd come down and meet us, she's off on Saturday. And look at that now, boy,
Yeah,
that's just
that's-
bringing
Look
that
at it
stuff.
on the TV.
It
Yeah,
looks so
that's
great
great.
on the TV.
Thank you so much, sir.
It is
Y'all
wonderful,
just-
and that, see that light
Y'all
part
don't know
is
what,
just
cause
incredible.
see, if I
that
do
light.
this
Just
tonight,
kinda
I can do
glows.
this whole area here next week,
Well, good, nice.
and the sky, and
Well,
finish it.
downhill drive.
But I got those four, those other things, I got some gorgeous prints, and I thought I'd have time to do it tonight, I didn't have time, but I want y'all to have each one of those prints, the whole
Mhm,
class,
We
you
want
know.
them, we want
And I'll
'em.
get them, because they really, it was a meaningful thing. This is and I'm at a point that, to be quite honest with you, you know, like I was telling Joe, we've been through a lot in the last few years, so has everybody with the flood and all that kind of stuff. But I'm at a point where I need a change of venue. I need to do just what I'm doing. And Dave really sensed it, man. He spelled it out for me. And I told Joe, he's like a seer, man. Every time he comes through, we'll go eat, and we'll just, only other person,
Oh, you need to pull. Are you doing
only
that
other
for
person ever was like that was Fred Gree at Union National Life Insurance Company. You know, and I'd go see Fred, and we'd talk and shoot the bull. And Fred's was a good friend of mine from day one when I came to Baton Rouge. His daughter took from me, Jackie. He had me do those calendars, which helped me tremendously to get established, and also it was just financially it was a big help. And I don't know if y'all even know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. I
the
know you've
religious
seen him,
calendar?
Cherie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I know him, I mean, I knew him.
Yeah, and he was my friend, and I'd just go drop in and see him, man. He's just a Mississippi country boy, man. He was in his 70s, owned a whole company and all that kind of stuff. And he told me, he said, you know, every now and then, I'll just take off from the house, drive over a few blocks. He said, I'll just go start knocking on doors, man, selling cold turkey, and I'll go sell some insurance policies.
Isn't that amazing?
Well, that's just
Yeah.
that's what made
Guys
it.
like that, they can do it though.
Oh man,
They can do it.
Well, he had $1 million smile.
Mm.
I mean, he could
Oh,
charm.
look.
He could charm anybody.
But I'd go up to his office, and I don't know if you remember Fred Greer, Union National Life Insurance. You may not know Fred and Bob Greer, but But I'd go to his office and I'd have the worst burdens, you know, and I'd just go drive by and I'd walk away and I'd be driving down the road, and all of a sudden, all my problems would be gone. And it's uncanny, and I started thinking about it. I said, you know, that guy saw right through me, saw what was bugging me, and he'd been there and shared things with me that I already got the answer. And and I think some people just, and Dave's that way, man. He just has that sense about him. So anyhow, we had a good visit. We went to lunch.
I
And
wonder if Dave's ever raised his voice.
probably not.
I really do.
Maybe we should try to get him to.
Oh, no.
He's known me a good long while. He's
Joe, have you
managed-
ever raised your voice?
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Cause that-
Look at Sarah even
I
didn't
have
even
to.
hesitate.
Who had what?
Oh, she said, has Joe ever raised his? And I said, yes, he has. And I
We're
have
getting
too.
kind of personal
Yeah, we
now.
are,
I
yeah.
think we need
Kind of irreverent.
Yeah. But I think the one that ought to get the award for listening to the most baloney for 25 years and not getting mad is moi.
Oh.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
I
Had a
can't.
few
Well, you don't know.
I
You
can't.
really don't. It was so bad one night.
The things we've had to put up with, sure.
It was so bad one night when I got through one of these paintings. I put 3 turkeys in them, and I named them moi, moi, moi.
That's right.
That's right.
You and Sarah
And I
was
still got
Yeah,
the painting.
hiding
Not,
in
shut, Sarah. Now don't get personal.
Not me. I was
Yeah.
not.
Never sweet Sarah.
Not sweet
Never
Sarah.
me, no.
This looks very good.
If Doris would have been here, sweet Doris.
Doris
would
would have
been
had
there.
Who was
Two
the
head
third?
turkey.
Hank Van Dusen?
Hank.
Hank.
So-
Excuse me.
Now that was irreverent,
That
Sarah.
was irreverent, wasn't it?
Hank could dish it out,
I
couldn't
just
he?
wanted to
Hear the
record it for posterity.
Poor Hank, you know.
Hank has got a
He
sweet
was-
wife, and I told.
Well,
saw him
Hank
the other
was
day,
sweet too,
And I
not?
told her, I said, you deserve a real star in your crown. She said, I do.
Look, let me tell you something.
Oh, wait, sister.
He that night he bought them acrylics. We had everybody got a set of acrylics.
Funny.
And this is a guy that he just had one practical joke after another, man. He was a Dutchman, and he just absolutely the most fun person to be around. And he never was anything where he was rude or anything like that. He just was just a cut up, man. And he bought a set of acrylics, and I was teaching him how to do acrylics, and he messed his painting up pretty badly. So he commenced to get up, and he got it on his arm and all, and he took it like this, and he put it on his seat, and he cleaned up everything, you know, and just did a thing, and he just forgot what he did, and he sat right on that pallet. And I'm gonna tell you,
And we laughed.
nobody said a word. I mean,
Silent.
the biggest clown that we ever had, and he just never said anything. He just put that stuff together, closed his box, walked out of there,
Didn't say
and
a
that
word.
was the end of it.
And we had
And I tried to buy him back from him next week because he said he never was going to use them again. But he said, no, it's all right.
Well, who was it that put their paint on top of that car and drove off?
Oh, God, I had so many.
I mean-
Bobby Bro did that with a set of pastels.
And he was in the middle of the
Oh,
interstate
no.
trying to pick up all his.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
gee.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Bobby that did that, no, but Bobby, I know. And he said what was so funny about it is that when he rolled over him, he ground them into that cement. And you know, 6 months later, that stuff,
You could pass by and there it was.
yeah, you could. It was still in the front of the bank, man. The rain, nothing ever got that stuff out of there. So, but I tell you, well, we don't need to write a book because unfortunately,
Yeah.
most of this is going to be on
It's on tape.
national television when they start playing these videotapes 50 or 60 years from now.
How funny.
And I'm sorry, folks, on that
Yeah.
listen to this
Don't
thing.
mind
I did
us.
everything I could to give them a little culture.
Yeah, we got a little country.
Oh,
Very
yes, I
little.
like it.
It sure didn't stick, did it?
What I really sort of really sad about Manuel
I
not
am
being
too.
here, you know, cause
I am too.
Manuel is a super.
He's got to leave, is that what's
Yeah,
happening?
he's got.
He got promoted, man. He's over the whole shebang in New
Yeah.
Orleans. I knew that was
Oh,
gonna
is
happen,
he?
though, 'cause he's a
He's
rarely
a
He does
good guy.
not
dependable good
wanna
guy.
go.
Yeah, that's a tough.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know if I want to take that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he
it's,
was
it
in
makes feelings.
broadcasting all of his life. He was one-time manager, I don't know how many stations.
Mhm.
And then he got out of that and went to work. He had cancer a few years ago. And
Did
he went to work and with one of these companies. And so it's been a kind of tough road for him in that way. And
He said for insurance reasons and benefits, he
Oh,
needed to
yeah.
stay.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
I'm
was-
saying,
yeah,
yeah,
that
sure,
was
usually
the-
you need 5, yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that.
yeah, well, that's right. No.
He's already had two.
And
but-
he's right. No, I mean, when you're in a situation like that, and you really, it's a big thing. It really is. I mean, it's a big thing. Like Bob knows, and others, is when you're self-employed, man. That could be a killer, you know.
Larry, you didn't hear me tell Bob that I ate out Friday night and looked up there over my booth, and there's his painting.
Oh,
Now, where is
which
that?
one?
now?
Over at,
I have 4 over there at the D'Angelo's.
D'Angelo's.
Okay.
yeah, we sitting there, and I told people I told Wood Candy in Maryland.
Now, which ones you have?
It was
in?
at Naples, Venice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did one with Venice, and I've
Mhm.
forgotten the other.
But I mean, which D'Angelo's?
It's the
Blue
one
Bonnet.
on Blue Bonnet and Perkins, right to the corner, by Thurns and,
Blue Bonnet.
Across from
Blue
Perkins
Bonnet,
Road.
right to the corner of Blue
Yeah.
Bonnet and Perkins.
oh, how nice.
I didn't know they had one over
Yeah,
there.
oh,
They
it's
Is
do.
that-
It's
big
They have
probably
one
the
everywhere.
I guess
most
that's the main
favorite
one, huh?
I think that's where Lou D'Angelo has his art.
Yes, it has
shows
his
when
art
he
there,
does.
yeah.
Mhm. I mean, probably not always.
yeah.
Yeah, it's there now.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
And
Well,
I
you
looked
got a
up there and I said, boy,
celebrity.
that painting looks familiar.
Waiting for a phone call, though, Joe.
Hey, there you
Oh,
go.
Is it for sale?
Yeah, they're all for
Oh,
sale.
okay. I didn't know I could buy it.
Well, that's the
Somebody's
problem.
very
You
liable
need to
to.
put something,
There's-
please
I-
buy this.
I can hear it now.
Yes.
I can hear it now. When you bring in Sybil back up to St. Francisville,
Yeah.
Well, we
I
could
got
use,
more of his paintings in my house. Every time Sybil goes to the
we
shop,
could use the cash.
I got to
That's
buy a
right,
painting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
you
just,
can, then y'all get her decorator cast
or
on
just
it.
give me
Man,
a
I tell you
blank
what,
check.
I must be getting pretty good with this stuff,
You
Sarah.
are, I think you
Cause
are
we just
great.
sitting here drinking cough syrup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, wait, it's coming
Yeah,
right along.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
oh,
We're
going
about out of time, too.
Well, I
Well,
went,
Joe, we got 5
yesterday, I
minutes.
went to
He's
New
gonna
Orleans.
get done what he needs to do.
I'm gonna finish this part right here tonight.
I went
That's all right.
downtown in New Orleans yesterday, and it's like it's always been. I mean, the streetcars were running. There are people
Oh yeah, they
everywhere.
got everything going. You know, they just like Manuel said, they just got to get rid of the Wild West, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I think I'm gonna do? It's 10, and this has got to dry before I can finish it. So we can finish that, this, and this next
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and do that? No
Beautiful.
sense. Does you think that roof's gonna be
Oh,
okay?
that's
That
gorgeous.
roof
'Cause
is
see, I
wonderful.
tried to-
If you look at it on the TV.
I tried to
right.
make it different. Let me just go back up with
Yeah,
this
come
a
out
little
with
bit.
it.
I tried to make it a little different
Mm-hmm.
from the other side, you know, and
It is so nice.
A lot of variety, very interesting.
yeah. Now see, I tended to. It's a little bit more solid back here the same way, so that's going to work fine. The only thing I might do here is just, I think I might. See, I don't like to have just this solid area here.
Uh-huh.
You see, so I'll bring a little bit of it. See how that connected
Yeah.
that?
Connectivity.
And then maybe get a little bit more of it like down here to repeat it. Well, he's got to get the connectivity word in one
You
time.
know, every time
I'm
we
glad
say
I taught him
that's-
that word, man.
Y'all have a good Easter.
Oh,
Hey,
Don't
thank you
forget
so
where
much, my man.
It starts to sound like real words, and you have
And
to
you
catch
use
yourself.
it,
in
you use
the-
inspirated.
Inspirated.
I
I have done it.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah, man. How you like to be trying to sell somebody who'll come into your art school and you tell them, you know, ma'am, I think if you come here, you'll really get
Get
inspired.
inspirated.
You know, and then you might as well just shut up, you know,
Because
there's
at
no
that
sense
point, you've lost
in
it.
going back.
Say,
I gotta stop, leave it alone, I think it's gonna be okay.
That's beautiful.
I think it's wonderful.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I'm so glad I got to see you do that.
Well, y'all are so kind. I want to welcome you to my studio again this Thursday night, March 27th, I believe. 2008.
That's right.
And we're hopefully getting ready to take this painting to the house. The first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and do what I've been putting off now for several weeks, and that is doing the sky.
Yeah, fresh water.
Yeah, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
Joe, and just wash that brush.
Okay.
I probably didn't clean it. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's see if I'm. That's all right. I didn't hurt anything. Okay, now we're just gonna come on up here and see what I'm not worried about. I'm worried about when I get to that roof, what this thing is gonna do. And so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But for right now, it looks like this color's staying pretty good. I'm just gonna come in right here. I'm not gonna worry about. And if it runs a little bit, maybe it'll be interesting. You know, that's where you have to kind of go for it and not worry about it. So we're just gonna. I don't really plan on putting a whole lot of paint in this area, any at all. But I don't.
Yeah, 'cause it's a dark roof.
I don't want the lawns.
Yeah.
See, I went over a little bit on that.
Yeah,
No
that's
big
okay.
deal. I knew the burnt. See, that warmer
Yeah, that's a light
earth
sky
color
anyway,
would do
yeah.
that. Yeah. I think the lizard's not going to blend as much as that would. So we'll just stop that nonsense right now. Okay. Now we're going to come on over here. And see, I don't like. I shouldn't have gone over it, but there's always ways I know I can fix this part.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just come in here. Now, I wanted to just get that wet enough so that I could come do this real quickly. And then I'm just going to see what I'm going to do with it, because I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. Boy, that's my cheerleader.
Well, it's
Yeah,
Just what I needed
I knew.
right at this moment. Okay, man, it worked, Joe.
oh, yeah. Shoot, that's gonna be fun.
Okay, now let's see if I can get this thing where I can make sure that it's... Well, I tell you what, I've learned from Kalski. Old Kalski liked to use just that plain ultramarine blue for skies a lot of times. And thank you, sir.
This is momentous to be here
Well,
for the
you're so
grand
sweet. I
finale.
really mean that, I tell you.
I mean
And this
it.
is
I mean it.
always such a sentimental painting for me, because this was right down on the corner. Y'all remember when we went to McCrady's? I showed you where it was.
Yeah.
And of course, I had Father Semino at St. Louis Cathedral was my cousin. I think I only met him one time. You know, he was like a distant cousin. But his mother lived right next door to McCrady's. So I had a wonderful time visiting with him. And we visited with her, rather, and every now and then I'd see him over there. But it just brings back a lot of nostalgia. Just a beautiful area. Now see, just to keep this from getting out of control, I'm just going to come back and make sure that I do this, and if I need to, I can let it dry, because I don't think I'm even going to come down there with...
Well, you
the
can
blow.
sharpen it up later if you want it sharp.
Okay, now, I'm going to just come in here, and I'm just going to go right on across the top.
That is a beautiful color. Look at that with this.
Oh, look at the way it's reflecting it, Sarah. You're right. I didn't even think about that. So we're going to just do this, and I'm going to kind of fade it out. And like Joe and I were talking, I don't really need to have a lot of color down there close to the house, you know. It'll kind of sit on its own bottom. But we'll come up a little bit more here, and I'll get a little bit of it up in here. Just don't sweat it, man. Just do it. Tell you, I've got that gentleman that's blind. I've got him into kind of an unlimited palette. He wanted to do a sunset today, and I'm gonna tell you, it's refreshing. He's so bold with his colors. You know, he worries about them being too strong, you know, and I tell him, man, I love him. I love him. And it's an amazing thing to watch him and watch how he sees things and realizing, you know, he's kind of in a deadline, so to speak.
It's always interesting to me to see how different people see the same thing.
Exactly. You know, I told you all about, he showed me how that binoculars that he wears, the space age binoculars, what they do is, they actually, if he puts it on black and white, it groups all the black and whites and connects them.
Oh,
And yeah,
he
and that's
has a
how
big
he's,
advantage.
He is
And
built
every-
in, yeah.
no, every-
Connectivity, that's built-in connectivity.
everybody's, you know,
Say, let me
just,
see through there.
well, everybody is, and he lets everybody look, but everybody is so fascinated with the way that he's painting. And so he said, Larry, they're going to get a big kick out of this because that's what I see on the screen when I do this. And I thought that was really, really
That is
interesting.
something, yeah. He must be a great sport.
Well, he's just tremendous. Yeah, I met his daughter again for the first time. I taught her about 20 years ago when she was a teenager. And what can you say? I've got, now, that's all I want to do.
That's good. That'll work.
I think that'll be fine. Except, I am going to come back in now.
Or you
this-
want to put darker.
Oh, yeah, and I'm gonna take that, we're gonna put that with all that alizarin in the picture,
Oh,
we're gonna put a
alizarin.
little bit more. See, and I'm gonna just come back over this like this. I don't wanna put too much of the red,
lizard there, yeah.
but I'm just gonna kinda give it a little bit more. Is that on the screen? Yeah, we definitely want,
Barely, just barely.
yeah, that's good. We definitely want the world to see this, man, because you either gotta not have a lick of sense or be
Oh, yeah.
crazy to do something like I'm doing right now.
Almost bought
So
it
you're
back.
looking at a crazy man working and he might be crying any minute.
It's scary when you've got so much invested in the painting.
Yeah,
so
but
much
that's when you're gonna make it or break it. Okay,
I think you're just gonna make it.
thank you. I'm surprised it's really working. I'm gonna come back and do something on some of these areas in a minute as it starts trying. I think that's gonna do it.
Oh,
And I like
Oh,
that
yeah,
little
that's
extra, oh yeah, we're gonna get that right now, Sarah. See, I won't go all the way down with it, but I'm gonna get enough in that, the only thing I wonder, maybe I should kind of I don't wanna bring it right to the middle, you know, but I can fluff that around a little bit, I think, and not, you know, just not have it just over in that corner and be too symmetrical with it. Maybe break it up a little bit up here. And I like that. That's just bringing it all the way across. All right, now we'll go to the same thing over here. Now, I know I'm going to have it a little darker up here. Let's go with a little bit more of that red. Oh man, this is, see, that's why y'all is such a great
Probably have
support.
a little extra time tonight.
Yeah, Joe, y'all are such a great support group because I really have been sweating this, man.
Have you really?
All right. Yeah, well, not like I'm worried, you know, because I mean, I already made my commitment, Sarah, and I just find that you got to get that mindset, and you got to make up your mind you're going to do it and just finish it the way you set out to do it. And we all have that battle to face, okay? Because you can take so many roads once you get started,
You can, absolutely.
and so.
That is beautiful. That is just beautiful with the
Thank you
light
so
part
much,
right
Sarah.
there. Yes.
No, that's not even enough to worry about.
I wouldn't.
Man, what do y'all think? I love
think
it.
that's
I think it's
perfect.
good to go with like that.
I think we're gonna go with it just like.
Are you gonna leave this little white?
Actually, I am right now, because I'd rather mix the darker color and come back.
I see what
You
you
see,
mean.
rather than
Yeah.
having to risk that
Yeah.
coming out too much, because like, and even places like this, I mean, I'll get an electric eraser or something, and
But
get that
I
out.
wouldn't worry about it.
You know,
really.
and then like I might try to get this one out of here, just because then that way I may just leave the whole thing. Tell you what, man. Sometimes you got to have more guts than Dick Tracy to do this stuff. you know that?
Isn't it beautiful?
Isn't that pretty?
It is
How did
beautiful.
you get that so easy?
He made it.
I never remember, I have to look at the video. Let's see. Okay, let's take a little break here. Well, when I move that thing, it's good, it's a good place that it's in though. It probably had just gradually fallen down.
Yeah, that's perfect.
See, when it's dry, I'm gonna straighten these edges up. I'd already planned that in the beginning. All right, now the first thing we wanna do, since it's a really bright day, let's get a little burnt sienna. Look, yeah, and a little bit of that. I'm gonna stick with the warmer colors since this is what I've got initially. But mostly yellow. Okay. I can't believe I fretted over that sky. It wound up being the easiest pull on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Made it
I mean, I didn't
pretty.
fret like I worry. You know, I don't really, I just make up my mind and I go do it. It works fine if it doesn't. Okay, so we're gonna just come back here. We're gonna play with this sidewalk a little bit.
Now that's harder than it looks. I remember.
Okay. Oh man, I love this. It's working already.
So that's cad yellow and a little sienna.
How's that?
Cad yellow and a little sienna.
A little sienna, very, very thinly.
Thinly wetly.
So I got that yellow predominant. Okay, we'll come on over here now and I'll just. It's good if you keep the strokes like going the same direction as your
That's your
perspective.
brush bubble.
That's right. It really is,
Yeah.
Joe. You're exactly right. Now see, I'll come here like this and we'll kind of bring that around. And it's just going to be fun to build this up. Now see, I got the greenish color. I don't really have that color in this picture like it is in here. It probably wasn't green originally, anyhow.
Maybe you could put a little of this.
The what now?
Put a little of your sky color in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to use some of this. That'd be like my main color to do stuff like this with. And I think I could really just come with the yellow and just come all the way down here. Give me something across those. Okay, now let's take a little bit of this. Let the blue be a little more predominant, like it's picking up the sky color, but this is good. And then we're going to just come on down like this. Yeah, so.
That is watercolor at its best.
I better drop down to this now. Remember, clean those brushes a little better, Joe. Joe, move that water over to the other corner of that thing from me if you don't mind.
Where you want?
Just like right here.
Okay.
Okay, now see here, I'm going to switch. I'm going to follow the pattern. And watch how the lines are going to tie all this together. I want to follow the pattern of this coming. See how it's going to come down like this. And this is where you really do get your brushwork environment because you don't want to worry about anything. So I've got most of it covered. See, but doing it with light layers, you just let those transparencies come through and it's perfect. Okay, now I want to get me a little bit of the blue, and the brown, and I'm going to kind of get me put a little bit of red in it. Let's put a little cadmium just to get a little bit different red. And for whatever reason, this is a color I've chosen to put on here. Yeah, that's perfect.
It's nice color.
When worry about the color, it's the value that I want to be right. So, and if you notice, I was telling somebody today, after all the years of painting this, so the side of that building has looked every kind of way you can imagine, because of whether that if they had, you know, the emergency exits on the railings coming down and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. Every little bit's going to help that. Okay, now as I Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet
Oh, okay.
and do these darks, but I wanna just start before I do anything. Let's get a little bit, let's go like for a little bit of the brown and red now. And I'll just start coming like I'll get over in this corner right here. That's where I love to just use those little light looking colors. Just create the most beautiful. So I'm gonna come down a little bit more here, but and I'm gonna fade it because I know I'm gonna really have a really dark shadow there. And then I'm gonna come on over here and like maybe this part here. I'm not gonna take out all the light. Keep the perspective going like I want it. And then, see, I'm always playing like I'm gonna stick with doing the stroking with the perspective, so, because it just gives it a continuity.
And it gives you guidelines for putting in the dark.
And then also the whatever line work you want to do. Oh man, we got 25 minutes. We're just gonna have to slow down, breathe in deeply a little bit. Okay, now see here, I just decided I want this to tone down a little. I don't want that really jump
Well,
out.
we gotta do the sun, and we got this right here, we gotta finish this one.
Oh, we can do that, man. Okay, now I got that purple color in here, see, and I'm just gonna come in over here, and I might just execute a little bit of this coming out over this way, a little bit different. This is so much fun. So what I thought I'd do is I got some of them, I've got quick, like things like this. This took me 4 videos. We spent some time on this. You know, I've really been debating. I had told y'all I was considering whether or not to do the whole video, but I think I'm just gonna keep doing it like I do, and if they want to rush through it, you know.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I'll break it up now that I got that system. That I can go back after I paint it and freeze it and print this, and then have a little written bit of stuff on it. Then I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then they can either look at the vid, because different things are gonna interest different people. So since we started off doing all of it, let's just keep doing all of it. How's that sound? No sense changing now. Oh man, that's really coming together. Now see, all I want to do now is I just want to get a little bit of different color on the corners of these things, you know, just to break up. Well, I just remember it like yesterday when I figured out how to do this stuff. You know, that settles the house down a little bit. Got to see if that looks all right. And I'm not even going to worry too much about this over here, but I think I am going to come in and just tone it down so they got that really nice shadow at the bottom. So I'm just going to kind of keep the eye from going out of the picture here. Okay, and then some of this in here, I may put a little bit more of something in it. This time I'll go this way instead, and then just drop it down. Okay, I'm ready to go in there with some serious stuff.
Serious darks.
Okay.
Get the big brush,
Have some confidence.
cough medicine.
Right before you pick up that big
Okay, now I'm beginning to just draw some lines in here where we're going to set up a little perspective stuff, and I pretty much know what I'm going to do, but it's very important. Like, these are the perspective lines that I've got, and I'm going to really have them follow those lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now notice when I come over here, I purposely followed this perspective. Then when I come back here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to climb the sidewalk. I'm going to climb the curb. See, and then I'll come back up here, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do the same thing again, coming back this way. Same thing this way, down here, and then I'm just going to kind of follow this again, making sure. See, as I get away from it, I want to start giving it a little bit more perspective from this. You see. Even though it's a little different, it's still not going to matter. And then I might show a little bit here, just for the heck of it, but come back like this. We'll bring it up here, right here we'll bring across. And then have this just go right out of the picture like that. So see, all this down here is gonna be darker. Now let's do this first, just to give ourselves, we're going back to the big brush time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get a little bit more of this yellow and brown. Okay, and just lightly do this straight, just to give it some kind of base.
Okay, you're missing one too there.
Does that?
You wanna pull it up?
Oh,
a
I'm
bit?
sorry.
Come up this way.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
We certainly don't want to miss this one.
Mm-mm.
Why, that sky. See, I couldn't leave that last part alone, Joe. But it's all right.
Yeah. No problem.
Actually, it adds a little turbulence to the sky.
Yeah.
I like it.
There
I
you
do
go.
too.
There you go, man. Now you're talking.
Is this how you get on his good side, Joe?
Happy cloud.
Happy cloud?
Happy cloud.
And we'll start building that up a little bit. Now, I'm not worried about that. Okay. And then coming across here, I'm just gonna have a little bit of this. And I'll do whatever else, because see what's gonna happen, man, you won't believe when I get this thing done with these shadows and I start putting in that, these lines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll just come together like you would never believe. Think I need to make it a little smaller, Sarah, or is it gonna be okay?
I think
I think
it's
it will be.
okay.
All right. Now, let's go on over here and let's not be afraid, man, or scared.
Scared.
Good.
That's right. We're gonna get this dark, I changed that angle last week, which I needed to do. I think it's been gradually slipping down. Every week it seemed I was looking at more of my head than I was the picture, so we got that taken care of. Now, I might need to go to make sure I don't overshoot the mark and get my darks in there correctly. I might need to go to this smaller brush and pay a little more attention to some of this stuff. Okay, now we're gonna go in here with a little bit of that sienna and this, and then we might, let's see, black.
This
There we
green.
go, Joe.
This is green.
Yeah,
The
got a
black's
little
over
bit more
there.
black, okay.
And the black and white's on the
All
other.
right, now, but I think I want that blue and red still to be predominant, because that's sort of been our dominating color. So let's just go for it and just not worry about it. Oh, yes. And now we just, I see what's fun. Like I'll put a light coat in here. And then while each section is wet, you can come back in and play with it.
Mhm.
Put different colors, you know, and different values and things like that. That creates some
Make it
interest.
interesting.
Exactly. So we're gonna come in like this. And then like down here, I might decide I wanna come in, put a little bit more red in this area.
We're just kind of repeating some of this.
Exactly, Joe.
Here.
That's what I tried to do in the original one,
Yeah.
you know? Now, I'm gonna pick up a point. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit though. All right, I like that so much, we'll just go right to the next one, man. Ain't no hill for stepping. I'm gonna come down here. Where that thing climbs over that curve, I'm gonna drop it down a little bit, just for the heck of it, whether it's really doing that or not. Now this kind of goes all the way over to here, okay? And then it comes down like this. You see, by laying this lighter color in, I'm kind of feeling my bearings again. You can come back and get a little bit of that black. You can kind of do this, let it dry, and then come back and put your next level. Still want to go more with the blue and red. Just pretty. You see, I'm getting a good value arrangement here because it's light enough that I can come back with a few little darker areas in between, and it's going to take care of it. Okay, and then why stop now? It's on a roll.
Really? Oh, that is so.
It's just coming out so sharp on the.
Oh, is it?
It's
You have to
beautiful.
look like that.
It
Oh,
is
yeah.
just beautiful.
Well, you know, you gotta be, this really is where you get into your brushwork bravado, man. You just gotta go for it. you know, you can't, you just gotta make up your mind, it's what you're gonna do. Now, okay, I know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come up with it here. Now, these French Quarter shadows, I found out a long time ago, if you're gonna do the French Quarter, you better be ready to do shadows. Because if you don't do shadows, you don't get it.
The shadows are fun.
To me, they are, sir. I mean, it takes takes a little bit of courage to do it. You know, because you have your paint and you're this close to being done and you don't want to mess it up,
Yeah.
but still, it needs it.
And you think at first you think it's gonna be easy, and that's deceptive.
That's exactly right. Okay. Now, I had this shadow actually a little bit kind of flowing around here and coming down. So not that it matters, but it settled that area down
Yeah,
a little bit.
that's nice.
Hey, thank you. 152. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you back here. Glad you had a wonderful trip.
We missed you,
What was
Judy.
it?
Oh,
We
thank
did.
you, y'all. I never, like, trying to get it together.
Okay, now. See, like people would worry because the colors are not exactly the same. I want them
Oh,
to be
no,
different.
a bit different would be
You
interesting.
see, this is where I kind of overshot the mark here. But I'll compensate for it a little bit more later. Well, what I'll do is I'll just come down like this.
Sure.
I mean, what the heck? Wouldn't you worry? I'll see what I love about it is we can cover this real quick and then I can come back and really go in for the
Yeah,
final.
one of the reasons I like it around here is
How's
the
that?
age group. And he says, what me worry, that has a location in my brain.
Oh.
It's the old
Yeah.
Mad magazine,
Oh, man.
Alfred E. Newman.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I remember when it first came out, man, I tell you what, we just started in the early 50s or something like that, we thought, man, we were just the smartest people in the whole world, the most progressive people, and had wonderful stuff like that. Says, I wonder if it's still in publication.
It is.
How about that?
What, Mad?
Mad magazine. Still exists. Doubt it's the same writers.
You know, I don't know what it is here. I think this might come over a little, okay. I just exaggerated that a little bit more, but that's fine. Same writers?
I said it must be.
Oh, yeah, or someone that picked it up philosophically.
There
you know.
must be different writers.
But it's amazing how, yeah, but how long that thing has stayed in like that. You know, that period of the 50s, man, all you had to do was be different, and it was gonna
Well, I'm
succeed.
finally getting publication in a journal that I've wanted to publish in for, a scientific journal I've wanted to publish in for 30-some odd years.
Oh, well, I'm glad you
It's-
didn't give up.
It's JIR, Journal of Irreproducible Results.
Oh,
Now, what is that now?
That's a satire journal
Oh.
of scientific publications. It's was put out by some Nobel laureates about, 30 years ago or so.
ah.
Now, explain a little bit
That's
more about what's involved in trying to get into publication. You know, would you try to get them to publish your research and stuff like that? Or
Well, for a
just-
standard, I
Yeah.
write a paper and it gets worked over by my peers. It's peer reviewed.
Oh, I see.
And it's different, and they work it over pretty hard. Sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't get in.
What's that look like?
Oh, that's awesome. Wonderful.
Okay.
Can't wait to see it right side up.
Is that?
I can't wait to see it right side up.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna
You're gonna put some darks in
yeah,
the
we're gonna
bottom,
put
aren't you?
those darker colors in there. I'll start over here while that's drying.
Just make it darker, that's what you do. Try to make it darker.
And start giving you a little bit of relief.
Yeah,
Now,
I
see, you notice that like right about right here. This is gonna do this, and I'll just draw it with the brush, and it's gonna come around. Then it'll all come out in the wash when I put the final stuff on it. Okay, now, that's a little bluer than I wanted, but that's okay.
That's okay.
It's just gonna, it'll just work.
Mhm.
Okay, now see, I might come in a little bit more red, and I might, just to break it up, make this a little darker here. this whole area. Now what I like to do is just come in, utilize this, you know, and then maybe wash it over. And then this is where I this is where I paint the picture, and I'll come in with a little bit of my green, so, and I'll pick up a little bit of that green up there. And I'm gonna do that all the way across the bottom. I'll pick up some more siennas and different colors, you know, and then they blend. You don't see them, but you're picking it. Oh, look at that, man. Look at that. You know, it's the boring area. Look at how nice it came up.
That's harmony, isn't it?
How's that?
Harmony, what you did there?
Exactly, it's balance.
It's all the same colors.
Exactly.
You can't only go wrong, we only have 5 colors or 6.
Yeah, and there's only 3 things to remember, and I'm not gonna give you all a quiz right now and embarrass you on the video.
Movement, balance, and center of interest.
Oh, Joe, where were you up at Glencoe when we needed that?
Well, I must have been off in the pond painting down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was embarrassed to ask.
That is embarrassing.
Everybody
You
in
mean he
front of
asked
Lee.
that and nobody knew?
Well, we
You
found.
didn't have Gary up there even.
Helen couldn't think of it either.
Oh,
But
you guys.
we kind of.
I'm gonna write it on a little slip of paper next time you get to see
I
it.
remember old Ed, I remember old Ed, he decided he was gonna write it down, man, he never could find a sheet of paper, and he wrote it on.
Time he found a sheet of paper and forgot what it was.
I'm satisfied with this, man.
That looks good.
All right, let's see if we can all boogie on this now and finish it by 10 o'clock. We just.
You got 10 minutes, huh?
Oh, we got plenty of time,
That's
man.
plenty of time.
Finish the
Okay,
bottom.
now see, same way here, and you just, so much of this you're just doing by suggestion, see? I'll do this and I'll come out here. Now, one of the things I love to do on this, and one of my favorite colors to do this with, I'll show you in a minute. In other words, I like to start just repeating all the colors everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite colors to do this with, cadmium yellow.
Oh, really? Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah, man, it's opaque.
See, it'll turn
and
green with that
oh, yeah.
stuff down there anyway.
Oh, no.
And see, and it'll pick this up now, see?
Mhm.
And you wouldn't think it would look good, I mean, it's
But it
crazy.
does.
But it blends in,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's fine.
Absolutely.
We did.
I wouldn't even thought about it. I mean, just.
Now, see, I'm gonna come in with a little bit more brown and reddish color, a little bit lighter here, but I'm gonna still,
I love that color.
yeah, isn't that pretty?
Mhm.
It just complements it, sir.
Mhm.
And so I'll let those lines run a little bit, I'll do a little something later to kind of bring that out a little bit more. Okay, now see. Now, while I'm doing this,
Too much leaning over.
I'm gonna come on up, and you know what? I had a little green on that ground there, I must have did it for a reason.
Mm.
So we're gonna put a little green on that ground. On this thing right here,
Oh. Mm.
like a little gray green. It's not, green's not showing up too much, but maybe it will when it dries. But I feel like we just need it.
Yeah, you just
That's
put
nice.
some
Let's put-
changes in the pavement, some
Yeah,
contours.
like you have. See, and I've got this color here. Now you see, like some of this. Maybe I'll just go more to the green by itself as I come down. Pick up a little bit of that. You see. And I don't. You have no idea of what this color really was when you did it. So, you know, in other words, my original picture may have been just exactly like what I'm doing. But I'll just take that, and I don't want to get too carried away with it.
Gary's
I tell you what,
movement,
the movement,
balance.
the balance and center of
Oh.
interest is just
Show off.
fantastic. It's fantastic in that thing.
Yeah.
Gary, where were
He
you?
must have had
where were
that
you
written
at when-
down somewhere.
Where were you when we went up to Glencoe?
Yeah.
No, I just turned the volume up on the television.
Gary, give me a little movement out there, Gary.
Yeah, really.
That's what Gary came. I talking about movement. He moved all over the room, thinking he'd figure it out.
I asked Larry if he was going to about moving that tree.
Oh, well.
Okay, now going down to the last part. Now, see what I'm going to do this time. I'm just going to get serious with this bottom part, and I think since we're running out of time,
I like
I'm gonna
the
do
wash
it.
tub thing.
Like the what?
The
that's
wash
pretty.
tub.
Here, Trey. Wash tub.
oh yeah.
I've got one of
He
those
takes
on
a
my
very
left
light
hand,
bath,
I think.
obviously.
Well, the paint.
Well, you know, they
didn't-
quit letting them make them for a long time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't allow them to make them.
I think they make them now,
They
don't they?
really
they're back in,
catalogs,
yeah.
enamel trays is what they
Yeah.
are.
I bought mine at an old antique store in Ponchatoula.
Well, one of these days
Tried
I'm
to talk
gonna
the lady
get
out
one.
of it, she didn't really need it. But I had to pay for it.
Go figure, huh?
Yeah,
Try to
what
get
can
them
you
to
say?
feed you too.
No, she didn't have anything to eat in
Let's see, I'll just bring this on over.
On that painting I bought from
there.
you?
Yes.
I figure I'm gonna rent it back to you.
Okay, okay.
On the
I tell
daily.
you what, if we,
I was in there talking to my agent.
if we win a prize, if we win a prize, I'll split the prize with you. That'll be the rent.
Yeah, we can have it to put in the show and a little prize, a little prize.
You know, the comment was
That's gonna
special,
run 'em
but
other.
the fact that
I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm gonna do it anyhow. Now, see, I'm getting bold enough
Oh, look at that,
over
man.
here that
Slap that in
I don't
there.
wanna,
A little abstract.
yeah, I don't really wanna waste any time. man.
Interesting shapes, yeah.
Well, now that I'm kinda out of this area and I know what I'm doing, I'll just go ahead a little stronger.
But yeah, it mixes that paint, yeah.
Oh. He'd fuss at me if I did that.
Looks like an old dental tray.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Well, wash my
What
palate.
do they use those things for?
Well, they use them in meat trays mostly,
Oh, okay, okay.
not in the butcher market.
And Larry knows some stuff. That's what gets.
Well, you know,
getting
you
raised
kinda
in New
miss,
Orleans.
you kinda miss all that, cause man, we had a little corner grocery store that you could buy groceries on credit, thank goodness.
We did too.
Over on Josephine and Louisa, Johnson's grocery. And then the butcher lived about 3 doors down, you know, and the people lived in the grocery store, and you know, they were all your neighbors. And just go down there and pick that piece of meat out, man, he'd cut it right there.
Get some blue.
Thank you, Joe.
We had a fish market in our neighborhood too.
Same thing, yeah. And the chicken place where you'd go down there and you'd watch them cut the head off right in front of your eyes.
My grandmother,
My grandmother.
Yes, it's
my grandmother
better to watch
rang the
them
neck.
check
you
the
Mine
know,
did
to
too.
wash
And
it
she'd
and
put them
on
under
there.
the wash
Put
tub
'em
and
under
they'd
the
flop
wash tub.
around.
Yeah.
Now, what was your grandfather's last name? What was it?
Fairburn, but they lived in the, in Waldheim, right outside of Covington,
Okay.
and, they used to have chickens, and those things would get away.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah,
They'd
man.
go running. I know, he didn't have a shop or anything, but
Oh, I see,
that was
yeah.
enough to go check, you know.
Where'd your grandparents live? Or your grandparents or your parents? Who rung the chicken's nest?
Oh, my grandmother,
Oh, yeah,
Where
that's
they
what they
live?
did.
in Tennessee, Cloveport, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's why they call it the gospel bird.
That's right, it's gospel bird.
Oh, I
People
never
come
heard
over.
of that.
Did
You
they
never heard
really?
that?
They call it the gospel bird. 'cause
Yeah,
they
people,
always,
anytime the preacher came by to
yeah,
eat, you
preacher
run down
always
and
eats
catch a chicken
Yeah.
He
outside.
always eats chicken.
Huh.
Yeah, nobody had
Yeah.
beef and all.
They didn't
seldom.
say that in
Ordered a
Mississippi.
chicken on the menu. and
Gospel? I never heard of gospel.
Gospel,
bird.
Yeah.
gospel bird, yeah, but that's what. Oh,
Go ahead.
Well, that's what
you
you
learn
pick.
all kinds of things in this class.
Well, I guarantee you, man, and they're recorded for history's
That's
sake
right.
too. Just
Amen.
Thank you,
I
those
do say amen. That's
people that are
good.
not here.
That's good. You catching on, Gary.
Okay, man, this hot dog, this sucker's coming together.
Don't tell who is gonna listen to these things in years to come.
Some anthropologist,
Yeah, I'm
in
trying
the
to
year
figure out who these,
2075 is gonna look back at that.
who these people
Man,
were.
that-
Now, I'll tell you what, as tired as I'm getting of this thing, it is coming out so good
It's coming out great.
that I know we got enough for one more 30-minute period, and I think rather than
Yeah,
rushing it.
yeah, we gotta work on this and this and this and this.
And all,
Least.
but I wanted to just show you a little bit of this, what happens when you start putting these lines in here.
Simple line.
Yeah, oh man, it's just amazing. I see this, I want a lot lighter. So I'll just start coming around like that. And everything you do now kind of feeds off of everything else. Now what this would really mean to something to somebody in New Orleans, because you remember vividly how whenever they had a driveway, which that used to be, they closed all this in. They would You know, when they did the street, they always enclosed it like this. I'm missing some of my perspective, but I'll just straighten it.
That's really nice.
Thank you,
Isn't
Gary.
It
I really do
is.
appreciate it.
It is
man.
absolutely.
Y'all are such a big encouragement.
Well, we certainly enjoyed
Go in
watching
there and order a drink right
Well,
You're not far from the tap right now.
now. I know.
I'll tell you what,
Salt mess in there.
Dr. Hedgeman just he had to have some nighttime pictures down there. Every time we go to New Orleans, I wouldn't let her go by herself. You know, I just said, you're gonna just wait till we go down there with you, because I knew that area at the time. It's not where she wants to be, and a lot of people are not aware, you know. And so the night we all decided to go down there, we had gone to the museum for that show. What was it, that Andrew Wyatt show, I think? So we all drove down there, and I pulled up in front of the place, and I said, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let you out, and you take people. We're gonna drive around the block, and we'll come back and get you.
He was driving the getaway
I
car.
wanted to, yeah. I wanted-
it. He wasn't getting out.
I wanted. You want to get here? I got you here, and
Get out there and take them
yeah,
pictures.
take them pictures.
You know, I never did see the pictures she took.
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah,
Did
they
you?
were beautiful.
Were they
yes,
good?
yes, they were wonderful.
But you know, true to form, we and all kidding aside, when we got down there, this is at Lafitte's, it's like the 900 block of Bourbon Street. When we got down there, they had spotlights on the street. I mean, it was lit
Yeah,
up
they-
brighter than Canal Street, man.
they
There couldn't have
didn't-
been. There was nothing going on.
They
down there.
didn't want to have any trouble.
No, and they really police that kind of stuff. That's one thing.
With the tourist star, you know. they
Exactly.
do, yeah.
And so old Helen, we're gonna stop in just one second. Let me just, I just want to play with a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
of
it is
things.
time.
And then you remember right when we getting ready to leave, I was ready to get out of there.
Go ahead.
About 5 or 6 of us piled up in my car. There comes Janet. Gotta go to the bathroom.
I don't
I
think
said, "You on your own, sister."
Yeah, she sure is.
So she walked through that club, and now see, this is where you can see once you get these darks in, you can absolutely. We'll put it up where you can look at it in a minute.
Yeah.
You can absolutely do whatever you want to do. So I'm glad I'm using this little green now. It's a right green. It's grayed down.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Let's put that on there and let y'all take a look at it.
It looks wonderful on the TV.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
man, it's doing what I. This is what I'm pleased with.
Oh, yeah.
I really didn't have the guts to do that red, but I'm glad you pushed me to do it, Sarah,
Oh,
because
did
it's
I?
picking up everything.
Oh,
Because
me
whatever
too. It
whatever
is.
you're doing, it's part of it. I mean, oh Lord, Lord, Lord.
Look at that.
Mhm.
I think we can see it better on the TV. Well, y'all such great. Oh, that's as high as it'll go. All right, let's.
Can we help you
We're
out?
just
Here,
gonna
you
go.
got
We're
it.
just
Here,
gonna
right
close
there.
for
Right.
tonight, and we'll pick
Look,
it up and
that's
turn
right
it
there
around.
perfectly.
Well, want to welcome you to our final evening on our work. Looks good, huh, Deb?
It looks fabulous.
Y'all so great to support me. I did all this last week, wet on wet. Okay, in other words, I just put
Yeah.
water on the dry paper and was able to pull that sucker off. Okay, now, let's just start at the top, because I know certain things that I need to do. So we're gonna start like this with our sienna. Maybe get a little bit of that ultramarine blue. And a little bit of, whoop. And then take a little bit of that black, just to tone it down a little bit. It's pretty strong back there. See, what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna reconstruct it.
You're on in there.
Thank you. Just gonna reconstruct it to cover up these areas. So I wanna do that first of all before I forget. I hope that's gonna dry okay. So then we're gonna come down like this. Screen okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're gonna come up like this. And then I don't really know what this is, if it's a dormer or a chimney. But I like
It's
the
not
mystery of it,
important,
just
yeah.
like somebody was asking
Makes-
me about
makes
things about the building. Well, leaving all that other stuff off, it just subjects it to the actual painting. No, I don't that's supposed to do that, I don't believe it's gonna come straight on down, let's see how that's gonna draw. You wanna come up here,
Well, I think what I'll do, Larry, is use that hot dog man.
oh man, that'd be great, Joe.
That'll be a little more interesting to them.
Yeah. Doc, you want a seat?
No, I'm gonna watch you from the
Oh, that's good, that's
finish the
fine.
painting side. Where I'm doing this.
Need a
Mhm.
little
No,
cough syrup in it.
Joe, I think,
Yeah, I don't want to start coughing and carrying on this thing.
no, that's right. Well, I think that idea is really good. I mean, there's really no reason for a lot of you to paint that, you know? Paint something new unless you just wanted to.
Yeah, well, if
A
I
lot
have to
of
paint something between now and then, we'll do that, but,
Okay,
other than that, we just use that.
now, see.
Where's your list?
What's that?
Yep.
It's on a table right over
Oh,
there.
okay, all right.
Table. Thank you, Helen.
Alright.
Just give you a check for $35 and let you get it.
Make it out to Martin's frame.
Okay. Make it out to Martin's?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wait till next week,
Yeah, I'd be
'cause
fine.
I'll have to see if they want me to put tax in it and all that. Okay, now, that's okay of that. Okay, let's get a bigger brush so we don't get bogged down in detail here. I look all right? And we'll come back here so it looks like it's all part of the same. And that's still wet, but
Are you going to put any of the things in this building?
nothing. I
Okay.
decided I like
Okay.
it. I like
Okay.
the simplification of it.
Okay.
Now, something I've been wanting to do for some time, I'm gonna get that black and that blue and that burnt sienna and make sure I get this dark enough, because I wasn't too happy with the way that some of this dried a lot lighter. And I do feel like you need this receding area real dark. And I'll just kind of fade that down a little bit, make sure this is a little dark back here. That'll do what it needs to do on the final part. And let's just soften out a little bit. All right. Now, rather than getting bogged down in detail,
My glasses, I'll be right back.
go right ahead. I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna still stick with this big brush. Can you still see on the screen okay, Joe? Yeah, my head's not blocking it, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
fortunately, it was right in the wrong place.
All right, well, let me just bring this down. How's that?
Oh, I can see it. It was it. The head was between it.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying,
It's okay now.
all right. Okay, man, I just love just using this old greenish looking color, whatever I decide to use on here. Too much green in it, so let's go with a little bit more brown. I just find that when I start wanting to get too detailed, I gotta go to that bigger brush and cover the main areas, not fuss, you know. So I made that a little bit too.
Yeah.
So we'll just put a little bit of it.
Share the wealth.
That was it.
Oh, okay.
Y'all been so encouraging, I really appreciate it.
Oh, that is so pretty. We are so appreciative that we
Well,
get to
you're
see you down there.
Very
And
kind.
it looks so good.
Okay, now let's
Here
do,
with that little bit of light hitting it.
let's get our next thing now, where we're gonna go back to our line work, which I think is pretty crucial on this thing, okay? Can you see okay with my head?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to figure some kind of way to do that thing a little differently, but it's not too bad. Now, what I want to do is I want to get this pretty close over here. It's amazing what this does for it when you just kind of do your thing with it.
It is amazing. Such a little bit that does so much. The calligraphy.
Mhm. And I really don't fully know what I'm trying to do here, but
Well, I have to work on it too hard and get it too straight. I'm not gonna do that anymore.
into this. See, I love where you can just let that dry.
One stroke.
And then just, that's it, man. Working on that brushwork bravado, that's what they called it. Now, we'll come down here. And it's like they got this other little inner shutter area inside of here. So we're gonna just go in and
says your picture that you're gonna.
Oh, this I'm just doing from watching the one over here. But I got it behind me. Thank you for reminding me about that, you know. Okay, now, see what I love about this is we're gonna come in and we're gonna do these lines. And I'm just gonna, cause this is what they really look like, or they did look like, you know. But hey, don't worry about the thing looking too new. Shoot, man, 2 or 3 years.
What do you mean they did look like it didn't get messed up, did it?
Oh, no, they renovated
They
it.
redid the thing, probably straightened all the shutters out.
Well, they had to straighten everything out, man, because it
The
was,
whole thing was
this is
falling
what I
apart.
told, a lot of people were critical about them doing it, you know, but you got a 300-year-old building that's just leaning in every direction.
We had a couple of those old green shutters, homemade like that at the store they were selling. I started to buy one just to,
Man, you know,
Just
Joe,
had
that's something. That's something to think about.
they were handmade, you know, they.
Yeah, oh man, it works hard, boy.
Yeah.
And see, again, I just want to subdue it enough to where I don't want it to be that important. We're gonna get our last line in here. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and have a little fun with my big brush again.
Can I have a little bit of the cough medicine there?
Oh, sure.
Yes, sir, I
I've got a
guarantee you.
Yeah, you gotta,
It's
We gotta
better to
keep-
have a prescription, but
gotta
we'll
keep
let
you
you
well.
slide tonight.
Yeah, and if you're not coughing
Doc's
now,
in
it'll
there.
keep you from it later.
Well, I have a cough. I woke up this morning with a congestion.
Well, you
Mhm.
need some cough medicine.
I could tell, man, you can barely talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now, they get me missing some of my mauve color, man. Got to get some of it in there. So let's get some of that in the blue. Oh man, this is fun. We're just taking it on home. So we're gonna do this and this.
You know, talking about voices, that old building probably can, if it
Oh,
can
man, this
talk,
building's got some
It's got
voices.
some voices.
Hey man, good to see you.
Hey,
Did
good
your
night.
mama bring that stuff?
I think she did, I'm sorry.
Okay, good. Just bring it back then here. Watch this.
Mhm.
Watch what's gonna really bring it out. We'll come over and get this, get a little bit of this, a little bit of that brown,
This is gonna be a
tiny bit of black,
a little bit of black.
and then we're just gonna bring that sucker right on down here. Get it really nice and dark here. This, anybody that doesn't understand shadows, I feel sorry for them.
Mhm.
Because man, that's what does the trick. Look at that, man. And I see, I like it that this thing's still a little damp. So now I can come in, get me a little bit of black. Thank you, bud. Look, leave it on the desk there and I'll go ahead and make sure.
What'd she say?
She said she liked it.
No, good. I know she
Oh, I
did.
know she will. And then we, see, I like doing this, when it's a little wet. And you, it's like what I did, it just kind of gives you that little thing where you just, you know, you just use your imagination, man. Makes people think about it, you know. You don't really need to say it nearly as much as we think we do. Okay, oh man, I'm satisfied with that. All right, let's go on down. Now I gotta get my, I've done this sign so many times, I ought to know what to do, but
We have to do the lamp too.
yeah, that's the only two things we got. Oh man, you'll get a 5-minute lamp
Yeah, shoot.
at the
We got
max.
20 minutes.
Shoot, we got all kind of time,
Starting
huh, Joe?
moving.
Okay, we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna get us a lighter color here. We don't wanna lose the edges on this thing. So let's just make sure we keep it. Man, we need a little red in there, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
We've been missing that red. Yeah, it's funny, I just noticed, sometimes you forget things. See how that's got a gradation to it and gets a little lighter?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little thing like that, a lot of times will just take it away from its missing it, you know, to just getting the right amount of information in there. back in with some of my brown. Why not? Oh man, look how, I'm gonna go
Go.
around the border like this a little bit. Let's let that fade before I overstate it. Okay, and that sucker's gonna be done, almost just like with what we did. This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is really, really fun.
That's fun to see.
Man, I'll tell you. Y'all been so great. Now here's what you do on these posts. I'm just gonna take some whatever color I got here. I'm gonna get me a fairly light color. Now, you're always gonna have a little shadow here. Okay, it's a little bit, maybe too dark.
You better use the light color, aren't you?
I was gonna say, where's that
You
light
use
color?
the dark one, we'd have been
Okay.
in trouble.
All right, Joe. All right, we're gonna just come on down like this, and then just bring that sucker right on down.
That's it.
It's all breaking it down into values, man. It's so simple. And we're gonna bring this down here. I've never done this yet where I didn't have to go back in and take a little bit of color and just highlight it, you know. This is gonna be fun here. Okay, then we're gonna just get some more of that real, real dark color. And I like, something I never used to do like I do it now, that I really have a lot of fun with. But like, what's what I like about what you're doing in your things there, Sarah. And that is, well, when you work that wetly and let it just kind of do its thing, man, it's got a sort of unpredictableness about it. And to me, that's what really does it more than anything else. And now see here, I'm gonna just leave my little reflected light, but I'm gonna just drop that sucker. It's still a little bit wet, probably not wet enough, but I'm gonna drop the real dark in there and soften that edge. With that little
I
reflect.
read a quote from an artist a couple of days ago where he said that his students were always saying they wanted to paint looser, and he said the only thing that they don't realize is that they would soften the edges.
Yes,
They would
that's
be
all they'd have to do. That's exactly right. Now, see, I like that, and I'm gonna come in now and I'm gonna get me a little bit purer color. I'm gonna get that red. You know, y'all might think this is kind of crazy, but Jane is now in a, I think a extended living or whatever you call it.
Assisted
Home, assisted living, yeah. And someone talked to her and said, you know, she's resolved it and it's been a good thing for her. But I just think for old time's sake, we need to just make a little sketching trip down there.
Oh,
Where
where
you
is
go
she?
by and see in Thibodeau.
Oh,
Oh, I would love to
Sure,
go
I
to
would too.
Thibodeau.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
that'd be a
see
good
if I can
idea
get her
for
to
her.
get the phone number for me where I
Yeah.
can call.
Oh, that would be
she'd
great.
appreciate it,
Yeah.
and we'd
Oh, I
enjoy
know,
seeing her.
because, you know, bless her heart, she knew she could always call Sybil and I if she needed us, you know, but Jane she's a very proud person, and I admire her for it. But I love that lady, and she and her husband, and, you know, they just, something else, so I thought that's the least we can do.
Mm-hmm.
So we might plan it for too long, and then go out and do a little sketching.
That would be just great.
Down, take some pictures down there, you know. You can always find something
Oh,
going on
sure,
that
that'd
by
be
you.
something.
And we're gonna put a little bit of, I'm just gonna take plain black.
This dude's about ready to sign.
It
Oh man,
is
it's just getting so
15
close I
15
can't
minutes
hardly
to do a
stand it.
signature.
momentous
And
occasion.
then we got
It
this
is
right here, and I'll just
nice.
leave that like, let's see, I didn't put all the information on it. And then they always had like a little lighter area up here or something, you know, that they had on top of it. Oh.
That's the perfect touch.
Good to me. Gary's been sitting out there taking names.
Who's that, Gary?
He's been trying to think, center of interest. What?
Movement, balance, and so
You got
Oh,
it.
listen, did you hear what he did?
got it.
That's fantastic. Hey, I'm proud of you.
study long, study wrong. But anyway.
He's gonna come in here
I
and
told-
impress us.
I heard you giving away free prescriptions in here. I don't know if you heard me. I said, I wouldn't sell this one.
Oh.
Can I ask a dumb question?
There are no dumb questions. How many times do I have to tell you that?
Well, this one might be. It doesn't need a shadow on that post on the ground.
What's that? Well, yeah, you,
A shadow here.
that was the wrong question to ask.
You need one?
Because I hadn't gotten down
We
there
ain't
yet.
gotten there yet. This is the very end.
I'm just
Man,
impatient,
Last
huh?
thing to pay.
You need to make something that looks like a still.
Little thacometrics
Get that
down
wine on that still.
How's that?
there. Little thacometrics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I think that's illegal
Yeah, Joe, I think
in some states.
we might have to definitely take some time and do some editing on those tapes. What I think about that statement. No. So I don't like the way this is over here where I can't see it, so I'm just gonna very nonchalantly come down like that. And then let's take a little bit of this.
Nonchalant painting's pretty good.
That nonchalant was really a nice touch.
You just need to end every tape saying the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
To
Yeah,
protect
there
innocence,
you
that's
go.
right.
Yeah, little disclaimer.
That's right.
School is not responsible for anything spoken.
Yeah,
How Bob Lackey.
I'm responsible for the content of this.
Well, the problem is sometimes we forgot to use names. And, but you know, we never say anything
No.
malicious, it's all.
No, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
right.
We never named those 3 turkeys, did we?
There's 3 turkeys, yeah.
But we know who they are.
They know who they are.
Yeah, they know. That's more important. They know.
Doesn't make any difference, it's still kinda irreverent sometimes.
Yeah, we didn't see any changes in their behavior.
No. I just gotta watch myself, cause I'm getting too carried
Yeah, you
away
get
over
too
here, but
picky.
I'm not getting what I just didn't get what I went ahead and done these in a long time. That's gonna have to do.
That's great, great.
All right, now, we'll come on across here. Let's see. I gotta watch now, cause I gotta make this shadow kinda follow this.
Shout
It's
out.
messed up on
You need to
that.
get a front row seat for this one.
I can watch it up on the
Mm-hmm.
screen.
Well, I'll tell you how we're gonna do this. Move this shadow out a little bit. Enables me to move this one out a little bit. I want that to definitely come like this. Oh, man, look at that. That ever do it? I think it's gotta go straight up, so we're gonna do
Pretty
it.
much.
Think that did it?
And then some.
Wow.
Yeah, what else can we say?
Oh my goodness.
Now, Deborah, I'm gonna run around and hug you next. You know?
Yeah, she can't keep that
But
up.
I'll tell you what, I mean, you know how much,
That is incredible.
you know how,
Incredible is a good word.
Well, did you see what it just did to that paper?
Mm-hmm. I saw it,
That
I saw it,
sucker
I
just
saw it, I
moved.
saw it.
Wow.
And guess what?
Optical illusions, they are so cool.
I think it's, I've been talking to a lot of people and doing a lot of thinking. And,
An artist.
I think it's time to go to New Orleans.
Okay.
So maybe we'll do something pretty soon, which is too hot.
Sounds good.
I got so many people talking about it. But I mean, again, y'all just have to bear with me on my caution, because it's one
Oh,
thing to
we
go
do.
by myself,
Oh, I agree with that.
but when I I'm responsible for a whole bunch of people, I look at it totally different, you know. But I mean, I tell you what, I really regretfully hate to say it, but we got worse things going on here,
Oh, I know we do.
or just as bad, you know. Oh man, look at that. Ooh, doggy. Oh yeah, 'cause I gotta leave a little bit more stuff to do with my street. And you don't think that these lines make a lot of difference, but I'm gonna tell you what, they do. Okay, I think that's just about all of it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can continue this one on down. You know, just enough to break it up.
Make it
You
look
want,
real.
there you go. Now, one area that's really a lot of fun, I've always enjoyed doing on these things, is this area I'm fixing to do right now. Because I have walked that quarter, and you know, I know it like the back of my hand. I know all the buildings. I know every corner. And you got to come in. You got to put that curve in. And they've got their own unique way of looking. So I'm gonna come in like this.
Oh, you're not on the screen.
Oh, okay, thank you. And I'm gonna go to this. Really will give it some perspective. So like up in here, we can get by with it. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. So now what I love is while it's still wet like that, I love to come in with this, and then you start giving it vertical stuff like that. It just starts to really tie it down. Now this one, oh, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna have to do it too. What you got, bud? Hey, I'll get the rest of it by next week. Yeah. Good. Enjoyed it?
Not running off yet.
No, that's all right. Good. Thank you.
We've got some diddling in here.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm gonna do,
You
Joe.
gonna do it? Okay.
Yeah, but I just remembered how you do this.
So-
See, I'm trying to remember.
So I came in for
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a lot of different colors. I'm gonna go, now I'll loosen up a little bit.
Excuse me.
And what you wanna do is really enhance the vertical part of it. Okay, so I'm gonna start coming like this, you see. And I got a couple more things I plan to do. You can come in. I want it to be a little bit darker. And by now, you know, by this point, who cares what difference does it make?
but it does, looking at that picture.
And he knows, he
Oh, we
knows
care.
exactly what he's doing too, you know.
I wouldn't go so far as to make a statement like
No,
that.
I wouldn't.
Let's get a little bit of that black in there. And see, I get my lighter tone, and then I just make sure I get enough of this in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it wet. Now watch, you would never believe something like what I'm gonna do would make that much difference. But I know from memory that they always had, there's a little space right here. And it's just the thickness, and it's just enough to just whatever. See how it gives it just a little bit more structure and character. And then we're gonna come around here, we're gonna get a little bit lighter. And I don't even know what this is supposed to do, but see, that just puts a little bit more oomph in there. And then your final thing you come in and do is, I think this is gonna be the last finale.
Really?
I don't know why not.
Oh, that's where they score that concrete.
Yeah.
Or either they put an
Must have.
expansion joint right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, exactly. And then you come in, see, I didn't know, never knew the reasons, I look for those interesting structures, you see. And then we're gonna put a little line here separating the two. Now I know this is all gonna be subdued because it's dark, but what's really good is to be able to come in now, and now I can abstractly start doing this kind of thing, stressing those verticals. Some of this will show up, some of it won't. Doesn't really matter. Well, let's see.
I can't imagine what else you do.
I wanna watch you sign it.
Oh, thank you, Gary. Now let's see what we're talking about here.
Oh, that looks good. Wow,
Yeah, now one area bothered me. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. I'm gonna fix this. Just a couple more small things. We got 3 more minutes.
Never had plenty of
I think I'm gonna be an artist when I grow up.
Well, I certainly hope
So
so.
this is good
Did
stuff.
you mean
time.
to,
Yes, it is.
did you mean to only have one,
Oh, no, Joe. Let's put
lamp?
that in real quick. Okay. No, we definitely got to have that other lamp. We'll just do that right now. And I love it when you get to the point in your career where you're not afraid to try to do it without sketching it. This is the icing on the cake, man. It's,
At the very end of a painting, when the whole thing.
yeah,
That's
after
gutsy.
ruining 100 of them in your lifetime, man, you're right. And we can get a little bit of this. Kind of bring that down. That a little too dark. It doesn't really matter. But we'll do that. Just give it a little more transparency. And then a little bit of this under here. And then we want to definitely have a little bit more shadow. It's amazing just how important, like you said, Joe, so I'm glad I caught it. You guys caught it.
I've got one other question.
But you can ask too if you want.
Okay, are you gonna put this chimney in
No.
right here?
No, I decided
Leave that
I'd
chimney
leave that one out.
Okay.
That one got blown away in Hurricane Katrina.
You know, I am gonna ask y'all one thing sincerely, and, you know, give me your frank opinion. I wonder about whether or not I should have a little more contrast here and here. Now, why I like it is I feel like that I'd like that edge to stand out a little bit more, but when it's really bright sunlight like this, you get so much reflected light, I
yeah.
think it's got just enough to settle it down. Julie, I want a New Orleans girl's opinion.
It reads okay.
Let me
Pressure's
can I
on,
ask you a
Julie.
question? Do
Please.
you think it needs something
You're thinking-
in this area?
No. No, I'll tell you what I
Some
did.
black, just to kind of break up that. or-
Gary, what I did, I thought about that a lot, you know, because I've done this thing a lot of times, every kind of way imaginable. And I really decided that I wanted to just keep it abstract.
Okay.
What I have when I look at the picture, I have something like this now that comes around, okay, and just sort of circles back like this, and nothing draws my eye over here. And I just, don't ask me why, I just decided I'm gonna keep it simple.
And you don't wanna tone down this,
What's that?
this light.
I think I need to, Joe. Glad I thought of that.
That part is
I
shaded
want
right
you-
here.
I want you to
This
get
is
taller.
right here, it's
I might
shaded.
would darken the very
Hmm?
Right
bottom,
here.
just so it
I'm
looks
looking
like.
at this because there's a shade, like, right there.
Yeah,
But over here,
I see what you're saying. Very good. That's what I was
Yeah,
looking
it-
for. That's what I was looking for. See, we can make it very, very subtly, but I think I
Yeah.
just need to do a little bit.
just a little bit, yeah. Just because you have that shade on that brick.
That's, now see, I didn't know why, sometimes I need an explanation why, when it's bothering me like that, and that's the explanation. Because you learn, you know, to not give in to first impulses like you do when you're just starting to paint. You know, you don't really know what you're doing, and you keep thinking you're gonna, subconsciously, you're gonna find some kind of magical way to pull it out.
The voices will speak.
Well, the voices take a while. But
See, if Julie would've had a little cough medicine, she wouldn't have noticed it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, voices would have not come clear.
Okay, well, let's
Pass this down.
Get it out, Miss Helen?
Say it again?
So you headed out?
Yeah, I'm sort of
That's all right.
seeing if he's gonna bring it to a close any quicker, but
No, I like this.
Yeah, there you go.
I like this
I like
100%
that.
better.
Yeah,
nice.
that is
That's
nice.
good.
That is
Look
really
at,
good.
oh,
I like
man.
that because now it looks
Just
Yeah, it
enough.
goes with the
It sure
the
does.
brick.
And
where
we hit
it's
just a little
shaded.
bit more in the corner.
Just a
Oh,
little bit.
man.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Just
I like
stuck
that
that
much
corner right
better.
out.
That's, thank you,
Thank you so
everybody.
much,
We're with you on that,
Whose
Julie.
ever voice that was that you
Now,
heard?
you do have a dark
No,
shape
really?
right here.
Gonna have to trade spots. You're gonna have to
I don't
move
think I
around.
need it, Joe.
Okay, all right.
And, you know, because a lot of times I did that and it was just an accident.
Okay.
And so, but that's a good, that's good. And I say, I felt like this one area's been bugging me. Look at how nice, you see, and I don't want to draw any attention to this. Well, almost don't want to draw any attention to it.
Oh,
Think
come
we'll Put a
on.
little red in it.
Yeah,
help it a
that
little
certainly
bit.
won't draw any attention to it.
Yeah, we need it a little
The roof
It's
and
gonna dry
everything.
real
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That looks good.
It does.
Yeah, let's put the mat on it soon. But I did need, that was just standing out too much. And I really think I have enough darks to hold it together, so
Your,
I think it'll hold you.
your mat's right back
let's
there.
get,
The people that were gonna visit today, did they just leave?
Uh-huh.
think of what?
The
Oh,
people that were visiting,
yeah, what about it?
did they just leave?
Oh, no, I talked to them. We had a nice visit. They were very nice. You know, I had a good conversation with her on the phone. I think she was, you know, she was serious, but I mean, you know, you never know
I
with
have to
that
go
conversation.
home and think
You either paint or coat that.
Oh, man.
of things.
Either one.
That's Fisher
Yeah,
Cut Day, isn't it?
Masterpiece.
Fisher
Very
Cut Day.
good.
Thank you. Y'all are very kind.
Fabulous.
Well, you are generous to let us.
That is very
watch.
nice.
I just
I wanna
think.
see you sign it.
Gary?
Oh,
I'm
he
hanging in
won't-
here. I'm
he
not
won't
leaving.
give up.
See.
Yeah, stay right here.
I've got me a Bob Euchre seat and I'm not leaving.
Now I probably misspelled my name. I'm so
Oh.
nervous.
All this pressure on him.
Let's get us a good, really dark signature.
He could have been a queen.
Yeah, he's good. He is really good. Wow.
How's that?
Wow, we saw the whole thing.
Looks nice to me.